Susie, that was a great ride. Good job.
That was a very fun ride.
And you know, we got two really good horses and really good conformation on both of these two horses.
And you know what, I'm wondering if everybody knows what conformation is and why it's so important for a horse.
And it is important, especially when you're buying a horse or if you're using a horse for a special event. Hello everyone, my name's Ed Adams.
And I'm Susie DeRushi, and we do all want to get better.
So welcome to Better Horses.
In this first segment, we're going to head on over to Arizona, where professional trainer Al Dunning is going to give us insight on conformation.
And we're bringing back our international trainer, Dan James, who's going to give us another version of training Liberty on a ridden horse. Okay, Susie, where are we heading next?
We're going to continue our Purina barn tour to Weatherford, Oklahoma, where Phil Haugen is going to show us how he feeds Purina to his performance horses.
Here comes Craig Cameron from Texas. He's going to give us the proper way to keep that horse still.
You know what, Ed? After all that riding, I'm as hungry as a horse.
Well, this next final segment is for you. We got Chef Mark Bergdahl is going to be cooking on the grill with pork loins. And hey, a salute to the herbs. So if you love horses or even thinking about getting a horse, this is the show for you. And it's the only horse show on your local broadcast television station.
And now airing every Monday on RFD TV. So before you head to the barn, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
We'll be right back.
In a natural, free-roaming situation, horses graze nearly constantly throughout the day and night. When feeding horses in stables, it's ideal to try to mimic this feeding behavior. Horses in stabled conditions should be fed their hay so they can pick at it continuously between feedings. Visit our website at stanleyforage.com under Nutrition, then Nutritional Resources to help transition your horse from winter to spring in the coming weeks.
Hey folks, good to be with you once again. The other day, Miss Debbie wanted to go to town. I told her I'd go along with her, and so she wanted to take her car. And on the way into town, we got about a 20-mile trip, and I noticed how rough her car was on the roads. So I took it to our mechanic and told him about it. He came back and said, well, your shock absorbers need to be changed. So go ahead and change them. Well, on the way home, I realized, boy, how much smoother that ride is. And it got me to thinking a little bit in life. When the roads of life get tough and they get bumpy and there's potholes everywhere, and sometimes my emotions and even my mentality and even my spirituality sometimes can get just a little bit of a bumpy ride. We need to have those spiritual shock absorbers in our life. The Bible says this, let your gentleness be evident to all, for the Lord is near. So the next time that your road gets bumpy in life, and you just think you're about to run off into a ditch, just call on the Lord Jesus Christ, for He is near, and His touch is gentle. Hey, this is Steve Stafford. I'm the pastor at Risen Ranch Cowboy Church in Carthage, Missouri, a very proud member of the Better Horses family.
Hi, I'm Al Dunning. Welcome, Better Horses TV, to my almost ranch here in Scottsdale, Arizona. I'd like to talk a little bit about conformation. When I started in the show business in 1970, I showed lots of halter horses. I tried to show those halter horses and everything. I haltered them, I roped on them, I reined on them, I cow horsed, I western pleasured in those days. Today things are so specialized that you have to choose a horse that fits the event. Some of those really pretty horses didn't ride so good. Some of the workmanlike horses rode much better. Workmanlike meaning they were strong, heavy, maybe didn't have the super thin neck or the super big chest or whatever like that. Those horses were more in the middle of the road kind of horses, but they were strong. Those are the horses that seem to perform the best. Today, we're picking out horses for every event specifically, okay? So, like this horse is a cutting horse. I like my cutting horses to be low in the neck. So when he is able to get his head, it's easy for him to get his head down here. It's easy for him to be down here. And he looks good when his neck is down. He's a little heavy in the bottom of the neck, considering the halter horse thing, but not considering a good horse. This horse has plenty of flexibility to the neck, as you can see. There's plenty of flexibility in that neck. He has a pretty head. He has nice ears that are forward on his head. He has an attractive look, that he can look at that cow and have that bird dog look like this, be low, spread his legs out in front of that cow and really show some dynamics. That's a cool part. You know, he's not so wide in that shoulder that he can't move that front real good, but he's real mobile in those shoulders. His legs are straight. He's got big bone. You can see the size of the bone on this horse. He's got good bone and good feet, good sized feet, where he can handle that movement and that pushing off with his feet when he's working the cow. This horse has a good set of withers. One of the things that really irritates me is a horse that has no withers. You know, the saddle slides around, it slides forward and back, it does all kinds of stuff. You want, on a performance horse, you want a good set of withers for your saddle to sit on, so that saddle stays in the middle of that back where it's supposed to. You know, one of the most important parts of a horse is the loin. You want a strong loin of the horse right here. That is the part that's going to allow this rear end to push up under and work good. And without that, if that's a weak part right there, if this horse has an extremely long back and a weak loin, he's never going to stop the way he should. This horse has a real deep flank, meaning that, you know, you see these horses where their flank is real high. What happens then is the hind leg movement isn't the same. It's not as strong. This horse carries down in the flank. He has a big, long stifle muscle. He's strong in the gaskin, but not huge, but strong on both sides. His hocks allow his hind feet to get way up under him when he stops. I mean, he can get way up under here when he stops. You can see how flexible this horse is. You know, he has a fairly good length of his hip. From the top here to the point of the croup, you know, he has a good slope to his hip. But he has a big, long, strong hip that can push way up under him when he stops. And this son of a gun can really stop. You know, we can talk about it all day. We can talk about conformation for different things they do. But the one thing you can't tell by just looking at a horse is what's in here. What kind of heart he has. Or what's in here. What kind of mind he has. Those are the two most important things that can overcome just about any conformation fault that isn't an unsoundness. As you go along, try to find the horse that fits the event. Train it right. Think about its mind, what kind of heart it's got, and try to work with that in a positive manner. I'm Al Dunning. You can find me at aldunning.com.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back right after these messages.
No matter what discipline of riding you do, training, showing, and everyday stress is hard on your horse's legs. Decra Veterinary Products is a leading lameness company that brought you Osphos. Osphos is a clodronate injection, an intramuscular bisphosphonate to help control the clinical signs of navicular syndrome in horses 4 years and older. Ask your veterinarian if Osphos is right for your horse. Decra Veterinary Products is a proud sponsor of The American.
What do you get when you bring together one of the biggest names in veterinary medicine with one of the most caring and committed teams of horse health experts in the industry? You get a vaccine portfolio known for its quality and safety, a pharmaceutical line you can rely on to help manage pain and support performance. You get the products, programs, and people of Merck Animal Health.
It's time to go with United Mosquito and Fly Control's premier fly system for fly control in your barn, providing relief for horses from the stress of fighting flies, and also makes the barn more pleasant for everyone in the barn. Easy, effective, and safe. With United Mosquito and Fly Control, we provide a full service. You as the barn owner don't have to do anything. We go everywhere and take care of everything with our friendly fast service. Call today at 913-558-3814 or email Paul at unitedmosquito.com.
G'day guys, Dan James here from Double Down Horsemanship, and I'm excited today to get to show you how that we go about working the Liberty horse from the ridden horse. Okay, so we're going to have Avery come on around and come to the center, and we're going to start going through a series of the different steps in helping to start this out. As we said that we have with the halter on our Liberty horse right now, and then you're going to see us progress through to where we start to take it off. Okay, so the first step here that Avery's going to do is she's going to set herself up for what we call the heel, and that is sending the young horse around our ridden horse back to the original position. So she backs up, lead rope goes over your ridden horse's head, lead rope goes over the rider's head, and she's looking for that young horse to come back up there beside her. Good job. Now, if you think that this in the beginning feels like it's complex even watching it, you're right, it 100% is. It's one of the many times in working horses that you feel like that you need to be an octopus. One of the things that we always suggest here is having some good boots on our ridden horse. That way if our young horse happens to step up on top of our ridden horse's legs, that they are protected. In this case we're using our Iconoclast boots here. So Avery's sending again that young horse around back to the other side, to the original start position, to the heel. Okay, Avery, when you're ready, we can go ahead and start sending out that young horse around you. So get yourself kind of organized there. She'll bring that whip up and over. She's going to bring that whip down in between the ridden horse and the Liberty horse, and you'll start to see that circle start to become larger. So she's kind of tapping her there at the shoulder with our carriage driving whip, looking at sending our Liberty horse out from our ridden horse. And whenever you're ready and in your time, Avery, you go ahead and then go back to the heel. Good job. Flicks that lead rope over, steps forward, all the way back to the original starting position. So remember, keep in mind when you're watching this that this is the first time that Avery is trained a young horse, working the Liberty horse from the ridden horse. Also that we're looking at Vera Green. We wanted to show you this part of the progression. When you're ready, go ahead and send them around again and then look for your change of direction, okay? Everybody that ever ends up doing these exercises and starting out always can never believe how much easier it is when the time comes that we get to the point where that we're working that horse without the halter and lead rope on. It's just one less thing for you as the rider to have to be able to manage. That's looking really good. Changes the direction back, sends her out. Good, and we'll have her come around again, and then back to that original position, which is the heel. So you'll see Avery, when she's ready, she'll stop the ridden horse. She'll then flick the lead rope over, send her around with the whip, all the way around to the original position. All right, so Avery backs up, whip up and over, sends that little filly around, all the way back to the original starting position, reaches out, rubs on her. Good job. Okay, let's go ahead and start working her around. So you're going to bring that whip up and over, and you'll see here that Avery brings that whip down towards the filly's shoulder, holds it out there towards her and keeps her away from her ridden horse. And then when you're ready, allow her to come back to the original position, to the heel. So she follows her there with the whip, steps forward and allows the filly to come back to her. Good job. Okay, so we'll do this once more. This time we're going to incorporate a change of direction, okay? All right, so she backs up, brings the whip up and over, sends the filly out, and you pick the time in which that you want to do the change of direction. You'll see that Avery's got that whip up there towards the shoulder. The whip's going to come down, forward and around in helping for the change of direction. Now they're tail to head or head to tail. She steps her around, she drops that whip straight back, turns to the left, brings that filly back around. She's going to then finish with the heel and the position in which that she started out to begin with. So she follows her around with that whip, all the way around back to the original starting position. Okay guys, so that was a really good demonstration of a filly that's only had a short amount of time Again, this is the first time that Avery has started one from the ridden horse. She's done a fantastic job here. You can understand the importance of going through and doing this with that halter and lead rope on. Getting that foundation solid and correct before you ever think about going through and doing this at Liberty. Remember, for more information, check out Double Down Horsemanships. We hope to see you at one of our clinics.
Hey everybody, I'm Phil Haugen. We're here at my place in Weatherford, Oklahoma, and I'm just going to give you my little barn tour for the day. So we come in here, this is where we do all the saddling. This is where most of my equipment is. From here, I'll take the horses from here, go out to the hitching rack, and we'll show you that, and then on to the training barns. This is our feed room back in here, and my feed program, most of the horses that come in, like I said, a lot of times they've been hauled. They're young horses and they've been stressed. So kind of my go-to on those horses is strategy. It just seems to me like it's kind of a no-brainer feed. I mean, everything seems to eat it. And as long as I can get them eating something when they get here, you know, that stimulates their salivary glands, so they get to eating, get to feeling good, and then they get to drinking water. And that's my main goal the first 24 hours when a horse comes in. I want to get them on feed, I want to get some water in them, get them hydrated, and then we can start the training process. So we keep our feed back in here. Here we've got the Strategy Healthy Edge. We use that on some of our performance horses that are older. I really like that product because it promotes some of that gut health. Ultium, I really like the Ultium because of the vitamin E and selenium, and it's high fat. And then Equine Senior, you just can't go wrong with it. I mean, we've got, like Wade's got 2 heel horses, one's 17, one's 20, and we keep them on Equine Senior. And then we've got another mare that we rode for, Hannah's rode her for 13 years, I think. She's 17, and we keep her on Equine Senior. And then I've got another good head horse that's she's 16 or 17 this year that stays on the Equine Senior, and it's just, here again, it's so palatable. They'll eat it. I like the mixture of the high fat content in it, and it's very, very palatable. I mean, they just always eat it and love it. So this is kind of my feed room. We feed, as far as forage, I feed grass hay and alfalfa cubes along with the feed. We grain once a day, and we put our forage out once a day, and then of course everything's on automatic waterers, so they have a continuous water supply. So that's kind of my feed program. And one of the big things with my training horses is I want them to leave looking better than when they came. I mean, I want those horses to have some bloom, and I want them to feel great while I'm training them. I don't want a horse that's run down physically and with the edge off them while I'm training them. I want them full. I want them getting fat, or at least get some bloom on them. It's hard to get a colt fat while they're in training, but I want them leaving here looking better than when they came, because my customers have a lot of time and effort and money invested in them horses, and I want their asset to look really good when it leaves here. So Purina is a huge part of my program, has been for years, for decades actually.
Hey, don't touch that dial. We got more Better Horses TV right after this message from our sponsors.
Sister, as a happy horse, is always a better performing horse, and I believe that if she's healthy from the inside out, she's going to be able to perform at her best. She definitely feels good when she is healthy. She, wakes up and enjoys her day, and therefore I know she's going to be a happy horse and be able to perform when I ask her to.
In a natural, free roaming situation, horses graze nearly constantly throughout the day and night. When feeding horses in stables, it's ideal to try to mimic this feeding behavior. Horses in stabled conditions should be fed their hay so they can pick at it continuously between feedings. Visit our website at stanleyforage.com under Nutrition, then Nutritional Resources, to help transition your horse from winter to spring in the coming weeks.
When you're a barrel racer, there are so many things that can bother a horse. Just eliminating the back issues is a huge advantage. I feel like using a CSI saddle pad has given me an advantage over other girls because I know that my horse is feeling good, that saddle's not bothering him. If you're looking for a new saddle pad, invest in a CSI. It's worth the investment.
In this series, we're going to talk about ground tie. Ground tie is when you get off your horse, walk away, your horse stays put. He doesn't leave you a foot. We're going to use a couple different horses, see if we get different results, and get these horses maybe where they understand. I'm going to show you exactly how I might do that. You won't want to miss it. That's coming up right now. Well, with horse number 2, as we're working on developing the ground tie. In other words, the horse, when you step off and walk away, he's going to stay put. So how's that going to start? You saw what we did the other horse. Remember, we warmed these horses up a little bit first. So I got me a good halter and lead. And this is just a customer's horse, which I've never done this kind of work with before. And let's just see. Remember, I said your departure and your approach are going to really be important here. This horse is checking things out, walking around, people walking around maybe or something. That's okay for him to look. So see, this horse already thinking about coming with me. Stay, stay, stay. I want you to stay put there. See, little gestures there, little gestures. I won't ask him to stay too long. You see, his tendency was to come with me. So this time when I come, I want my approach to be really good. And I'm going to come up and just pet on this horse. You're doing real good. See, not asking a lot of this horse. Not asking a lot, too much. In other words, too fast. Slow and easy. Take my time and allow him to learn. Stay, stay, stay put, stay put. And my signals and gestures, they mean a lot because if you think about it, that's exactly the way horses talk to other horses, through gesturing, through posturing, giving more of a reason to do what I want him to do, more of a reason to stay put. But shoot, if I don't need them, what are we doing? Seeing how little it takes to get the job done. So little by little, pretty soon, he'll find that this is a pretty good deal. And stay, stay, stay. I want you to stay there. Don't, atch, stay, stay, good, atch, stay. See, what's that left front? Step back, there, there, stay. Now stay put. There it is. Good. Stay. Give him a second to just to be good. Allow him to be good. I'm not in a hurry. Good boy. And as time goes by, if I'm repetitious and just keep doing it a little bit each day, that understanding is going to come. And pretty soon, I'm going to have this really cool ground tying horse.
Hello friends, we're doing this tonight without Ernie. Ernie is being quarantined with the virus, so we're gonna do it without him. Got a bunch of friends here, and we're doing a salute to my herb garden out of the garden, because the herbs are just about done for the fall, so everything I'm gonna cook tonight's got fresh herbs in it. To start with, we had a little appetizer, a little caprese salad on Triscuits, tomato, a little mozzarella cheese with my super duper balsamic glaze on it. And then we're got this pork loin. We sliced it open, pounded it out, and we filled it with portobello mushrooms and all kinds of herbs, and tied it all back up. And we're going to grill it on the fire when Roger gets the fire going good here in a minute. Then we're going to grill some eggplants. We're going to soak them in some olive oil and fresh herbs. I'm going to grill a watermelon and make a watermelon tomato salad. And then we're going to make a rice pilaf, which will have all the herbs in it too. So when we get this started here in a little bit, we'll show you what we're going to do. Okay friends, we're back. This is the lemon cake that Tina made with the lemon curd on top. Got these fresh berries on top. She whipped the whipped cream up, put a little vanilla in the whipped cream, and got it all standing up nice and tall. It is excellent. The meal turned out wonderful for what it was. The grilled watermelon tomato salad was totally different, is what everybody says, but they ate it all. It's all gone. They wouldn't say it was good, different, but it's all gone. Yummy. I got the peach salsa, maybe a little bit hot, but when you put it over the top of that pork loin, it all kind of melded together and really made it good. I didn't think I'd like the grilled eggplant. It turned out awesome. Everybody ate it up good too. Jamie got a really good job on the sticky rice. It was a little sticky for my taste, but it was just sticky rice. The pilaf, it turned out really good too. So all in all, I thought the meal turned out, for as complicated as it was, really good. Thanks all my friends for being here, and I wish Ernie could have been here. He's in quarantine, but he will be back. And we'll see you all later.
Hey, don't touch that dial. We got more Better Horses TV right after this message from our sponsors.
John Deere is known for quality equipment. This quality has created a perception that John Deere is more expensive than other brands. But high quality doesn't mean high priced. The truth from buyers in our area is customers who have purchased a John Deere compact utility tractor saved more than $2,000. Dare to compare us before buying. You and your wallet will be surprised. Nothing runs as long as a Deere, and we'll prove it with our exclusive 10-year warranty. Visit heritagetractor.com/compare to learn more.
It's time to go with United Mosquito and Fly Control's premier fly system for fly control in your barn, providing relief for horses from the stress of fighting flies, and also makes a barn more pleasant for everyone in the barn. Easy, effective, and safe. With United Mosquito and Fly Control, we provide a full service. You as the barn owner don't have to do anything. We go everywhere and take care of everything with our friendly fast service. Call today at 913-558-3814 or email Paul at unitedmosquito.com.
How's your production on pasture? Are profits down? Are weight gains down? What are you going to do about it? Do something cost-effective. Do something that will make a difference. To add the first and proven leader in feed-through horn fly control to your cattle rations, ask for it by name, Alticid IGR.
Hey, thank you for watching Better Horses. If you've missed any of our episodes, you can check us out at betterhorses.com, where you can see all our shows.
You can also find us on Facebook or listen to any of our podcasts right from your mobile device.
And don't forget our newspaper coming out 5 times a year, also on the same website.
You're gonna love it.